All right. Well, thank you very much for having me. I am Dion Rabouin, and apologies for this setup. I'm here in Savannah, Georgia, at the Marriott. I'm actually attending the National Newspaper Publishers Association meeting, and so I just kind of had to sneak away for a hot second. One of the things that I feel like is really pivotal for NABJ is to rebuild some of these alliances, particularly with HBCUs, with the Black press, and with other affinity organizations. And so I've really begun that work and some of that work already. And so that's why I'm here at the NNPA meeting, which is the largest Black Publishers Association in the US. So I am running for president because I feel like NABJ has really lost its way a bit. We're at this absolutely pivotal moment for journalism and for Black journalists especially, and we need a new direction. Right? We can't rely on the same old folks to take us there. Uh, One of the things that I've learned over the past year, and my background is in financial journalism. I've worked at places like the Wall Street Journal, Reuters, Yahoo Finance. And, digging through some of the information, I found out that NABJ is actually in the best shape that it has been in, maybe in the history of the organization. The current leadership has actually had a massive windfall of funds at their disposal. But what have we as members seen, right? We've gotten the same old convention, gotten the same old petty infighting, we've gotten the same old cost cutting and penny pinching. And I'm here because we deserve better and we can have better. My campaign is all about leadership for everyone. It's about stepping up and actually making NABJ into the organization that it can be for all of us, not just a few of us in the right social circles or in the right industries or who know the right people. I'm here to stand up for every NABJ member. As a veteran journalist, as a veteran business journalist, I've spent my career analyzing balance sheets, breaking down billion-dollar deals, and holding powerful institutions accountable. I know what it takes to grow an organization, and I also know when one is leaving money and opportunity on the table, right? So NABJ right now sitting on $8 million in assets and is holding more than $2 million in the bank, earning zero interest. That's according to the organization's latest tax filings. So our current leadership has done basically nothing. They've kind of hoarded our money, sat around and sat on it. And what I'm going to do is invest it. I'm going to invest it in our organization, in our future, and in our members, you. So I've got a 5-point plan to transform NABJ into the organization that it needs to be, create more services, better programming, and get more support. We're going to make NABJ an organization that's about members, not just the big names, the folks who know the right people. Right. So step one of that plan is to be unafraid, protect our people, and expand our power. Step two, leadership for everyone. Put a stop to infighting, increase outreach, and invest in the annual convention budget to get more convention programming for journalists at every career level. Right. Step three, we are going to modernize and elevate, build an NABJ for the next 50 years. That includes hiring more staff to enhance the organization, raise our profile, and improve the infrastructure of the organization. We're also going to make NABJ transparent. We're going to improve the convention city selection process, and bring members in from day one of that process. Step four is to grow intentionally. We are going to cut hotel costs by 50% for all members for the convention and reduce convention registration costs by 90% for emerging members. We're also going to rebuild, like I said, those bridges with HBCUs, with other affinity organizations, and with the Black press. And step five, the way we make all of this possible, we are going to get our money right. When you secure the bag, you protect the mission. We're going to end this misguided investment strategy that caused NABJ to miss out on more than $5 million over the past 5 years, put in a new future-focused asset management plan, and create relationships with financial institutions to add millions of dollars to NABJ reserves. That's my plan, NABJ family, NABJ Boston. Thank you so much for letting me come on here and speak with y'all. Apologize about all the glitches and stuff, but thank you for giving me that extra time.
Thank you. Absolutely. You know what? Put your information in the chat. Whether you want to
Absolutely.
give us your website or your your phone number, website, email, go ahead and drop it in the chat. And when we post this video, we'll make sure we add it. Okay.
Okay,
Do you have
appreciate
time for
that.
one question?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I promise this is not to be funny, but I love the platform that you're running on, but why president and not treasurer?
Why president, not treasurer? Well, because the organization leadership comes from the top down. And the reason that we haven't had these things and we haven't had any of these programs that I'm proposing is because leadership hasn't been ready to put them in. Now, the tax numbers and the funding numbers that I cited to you, those have all been in place since 2023, right? And so we've had this same largesse, we've had this same budget, we've had all these opportunities, And I've tried to speak with leadership about them. I've tried to say, hey, let's invest this money. Let's put this money that we've got in a checking account, basically in a mattress, earning zero interest. Let's put it in a high yield savings account that has all the same benefits, all the same security, except it actually pays what could be $100,000 to $150,000 a year. And because I can't get through to the top, then it doesn't trickle down to the treasurer. So the treasurer can try all he wants or all she wants to say, hey, here's what we need to do. Hey, here's the plan. But it comes from the president, and it comes from setting NABJ on a new leadership path. You know, as I've talked to folks about why the organization is operating the way it has, it all comes back to leadership. It all comes back to the way the organization is being directed from the top. And so we need a new direction. We need someone to set the organization on a new path. And so that's why I'm running for president and not treasurer.
Dion, thank you so much. One quick question. Would you invite Trump to NABJ?
Would I invite Trump to NABJ 2026, or would I have an NABJ 2024?
2026.
2026. I would not, there is not a precedent for us inviting a sitting president to the, and I think after what happened at the last one, but I will say this, I would have invited Trump to NABJ 2024. I would have done it differently. First of all, I would have involved the entire executive board, who didn't find out that Trump was invited until the same time that the general public found out. I would have discussed it with NABJ members, particularly those who have covered Trump and who have been on the receiving end of some of his bullying, some of his lies, and some of his attacks. And I would have made sure that we had a plan in place, right, with our members to discuss this before we sprung on everyone and allowed Trump to play things on his terms and embarrass our organization. So my problem isn't with the fact that he was invited, it's the way he was invited.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.